As of March 29, 2025, Donald Trump's trade tariffs have sparked global backlash, with Canada at the forefront of resistance. Facing 25% tariffs on its exports to the U.S., Canada retaliated with tariffs on $20.7 billion of American goods, escalating tensions in a trade war impacting North American and global economies. While no formal alliance has been declared, several countries have either criticized Trump's policies, imposed counter-tariffs, or aligned with Canada's stance due to shared economic interests. Let's have a look at 10 countries supporting Canada, directly or indirectly, through their actions or rhetoric, as inferred from recent developments in trade dynamics. Number 1. Mexico. Mexico, a key United States-Mexico-Canada agreement partner, faces 25% U.S. tariffs on its exports, effective March 4, 2025, alongside Canada. President Claudia Sheinbaum has promised retaliation, though details remain pending as of late March. Historically, Mexico and Canada have coordinated responses to U.S. trade pressures, such as during the 2018 NAFTA renegotiations. With both nations hit by Trump's policies, Canada with tariffs and threats, Mexico with immediate duties, their shared economic stakes foster mutual support. Mexico's defiance strengthens Canada's position, creating a North American front against unilateral U.S. trade aggression, even if formal collaboration is yet to solidify. Number 2. European Union. The European Union, acting as a unified bloc, imposed retaliatory tariffs on U.S. goods starting April 1, 2025, in response to Trump's steel and aluminum duties. This mirrors Canada's 25% tariffs on $20.7 billion of U.S. imports, reflecting a shared strategy against Trump's protectionism. The EU's measures, targeting key American exports, echo Canada's boycott efforts and provincial actions like Ontario's electricity surcharges. While not explicitly allied, the EU's aggressive stance, bolstered by leaders like France's Eric Lombard, complements Canada's resistance, forming a transatlantic parallel in challenging Trump's tariff regime as global trade tensions rise. Number 3. China. China slapped 10 to 15% counter-tariffs on U.S. imports starting March 10, 2025, reacting to Trump's 10% tariff hike on Chinese goods effective March 4. Though not directly tied to Canada, China's swift retaliation aligns with Canada's own tit-for-tat measures against U.S. tariffs. Both nations face Trump's America First trade wrath, with Canada targeting $155 billion in U.S. goods by late 2025. China's economic clout and defiance amplify global pressure on the U.S., indirectly supporting Canada's stance. Their parallel actions signal a broader rejection of Trump's tariff policies, despite differing motivations. Number 4. Japan. Japan's government, led by Prime Minister Shigeru Ishiba, has voiced unease over Trump's tariffs, with Chief Cabinet Secretary Yoshimasa Hayashi warning of economic fallout on March 27, 2025. Facing potential duties on its exports, Japan has kept all options open, hinting at retaliation. This cautious but critical stance parallels Canada's proactive tariff response. As a G7 member with strong ties to Canada, Japan's disapproval of blanket tariffs reinforces Canada's argument against trade disruptions. While not yet acting, Japan's rhetoric suggests potential alignment, bolstering Canada's resistance to Trump's economic pressures. Number 5. South Korea. South Korea, a major U.S. steel supplier, plans an emergency response by April 2025 to Trump's tariffs, which hit its exports alongside Canada's. This proactive approach mirrors Canada's swift counter-tariffs and boycott campaigns. Both nations, reliant on open trade, share a vested interest in opposing U.S. protectionism. South Korea's looming retaliation, details still forming, echoes Canada's escalation, such as expanding tariffs to $155 billion in U.S. goods. Their mutual economic stakes and criticism of Trump's policies suggest a tacit alliance, strengthening Canada's position in this unfolding trade conflict. Number 6. Brazil. Brazil, the second-largest steel exporter to the U.S., condemned Trump's steel tariffs on March 11, 2025, though it has not yet retaliated. Facing similar trade threats as Canada, which saw Trump back off a 50% metals tariff. Brazil's criticism aligns with Canada's resistance. With robust trade ties, Canada imported $7.8 billion from Brazil in 2024. Their shared exposure to U.S. policies hints at potential cooperation. Brazil's vocal stance, even without action, supports Canada's narrative against tariff overreach, suggesting a South American partner in spirit as the trade war evolves. Number 7. Australia. Australia's Prime Minister Anthony Albanese criticized Trump's tariffs as against the spirit of U.S.-Australia ties on March 14, 2025, though no retaliatory tariffs are planned yet. As a Commonwealth ally with deep economic links to Canada, bilateral trade hit $4.2 billion in 2024. Australia's disapproval resonates with Canada's fight. While seeking exemptions rather than confrontation, Australia's stance bolsters Canada's case against blanket duties. This rhetorical support, rooted in shared values and trade interests, positions Australia as a sympathetic voice in Canada's battle against Trump's disruptive trade measures. Number 8. United Kingdom. The UK has slammed Trump's tariffs but held off on counter duties as of March 14, 2025, focusing on exemption talks. Its criticism aligns with Canada's aggressive response, including tariffs and boycotts. As historic allies, trade between them reached $28 billion in 2024. The UK's position indirectly backs Canada's resistance. Prime Minister Keir Starmer's push for free trade echoes Canada's stance against protectionism. Though not yet retaliating, the UK's vocal discontent strengthens the global chorus supporting Canada's efforts to mitigate Trump's tariff impact on international commerce. Number 9. India. India preemptively cut tariffs on U.S. goods like Harley-Davidson motorcycles in February 2025, hoping to dodge Trump's ire. Yet Trump's March 2025 reciprocal tariffs threat against India suggests looming tensions. Canada, facing similar threats, has retaliated boldly, and India's interest in diversifying trade aligns with this defiance. With $12 billion in annual Canada-India trade, their mutual pushback against U.S. pressure hints at solidarity. India's cautious but shifting stance indirectly supports Canada's tariff war, as both navigate Trump's unpredictable trade policies with growing assertiveness. Number 10. France. France, a key EU voice, labeled Trump's tariff plans very bad news via Finance Minister Eric Lombard on March 27, 2025, pushing for EU counter-tariffs effective April 1st. This aggressive posture mirrors Canada's retaliation, like its $20.7 billion in U.S. tariffs. France's leadership within the EU, which parallels Canada's actions, amplifies transatlantic resistance to Trump. With $5.6 billion in Canada-France trade in 2024, their economic ties reinforce this alignment. France's outspokenness bolsters Canada's fight, uniting them against a common threat to global trade stability.